And joining us here in the studio to talk Forest, but many other things, including his forthcoming tour, comedian, big Forest fan, Matt Forde. Morning, Matt.
Good morning, fellas.
How are you, mate?
I was until you played clips of McCoist Postecoglou. I was in a very good mood.
Well, the good news is, I was just looking, mate. Thanks, first of all, for coming in to see us. Brilliant to see you. The good news is, you've only got Chelsea and Porto at home and then Bournemouth away.
Do you know what? We've had a great international break. We're undefeated in the last 10 days. And I think that has gone underreported by the media because there's a narrative against him.
In all seriousness, what do you think the problem is? I mean, it's not so much as a change in playing style. Is it just a lack of form, a lack of belief, or is it the coach?
As a fan, I think sometimes it's quite hard to tell. I mean, obviously, when Nuno first came in, he had to change our style. So that first part of the season that he had when he took over from Steve Cooper, we didn't play the same way that we played once he'd had a pre-season. So in fairness to any incoming manager who's trying to change quite a choreographed style with deliberately playing without the ball and then hitting teams on the attack, which you can sort of rehearse to some extent, obviously Ange has a different philosophy. So you're trying to change that midweek without a pre-season. But equally, the one thing that you do notice as a fan, I think, is there's just a sort of atmosphere that is quite heavy with him. And I feel for him as a human being, and I want every Forest manager to do well. So I've got nothing against the bloke. But you feel like any question he's asked, you could ask him what the time is, and he'd go, I know what the time is, mate. Don't worry about me, mate. I've got a watch. My dad got me a watch, and I'm proud of it. You're like, you're sort of missing the point a lot of the time. Fans want answers. The media are there to ask you them. I think he lacks a kind of lightness of touch that would have helped him maybe manage a difficult period had he been a bit more sort of positive, I think. So it's just been very difficult as fans because the start of the season, we're in Europe for the first time in 30 years. What a thrill. And I went to Betis away the other week. I never thought...
And that might have been your best performance this season.
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And Anderson is a god. So there's like so much stuff to be excited about with Forest. It's just that at the moment...
Do you think one of the big problems, Matt, might be phenomenal season last season, right? Absolutely remarkable.
Wasn't it great? Can we just reminisce about that?
But could you, or can you get the same again from Chris Wood? Can you get the same again from your goalkeeper, who I think might have been the best goalkeeper in the league? Your centre backs now. Can you? Is it possible to get the same again?
I think it is. And actually, the Brentford game, the first game of the season, we beat them comfortably and we looked great, and we played in a different style, and that was under Nuno. Betis away, as you say, the best performance we've had. As individuals, I mean, you could argue that we've strengthened, really. We lost Elanga to Newcastle, but Igor Jesus looks great. There are other players we've brought in. Plus, Anderson has improved even since the start of the season. I mean, Murillo being injured doesn't help. Olareina does a lot for the squad, and he's injured.
He's fantastic.
So they're crucial defensive. And Aina's one of those players that's crucial in like turning defence into attack. So without them, it is a bit harder. And we were more defensive as a unit, which obviously helped Sells out. If you're playing more open, there's more pressure on the keeper. So I am like open-minded as to why there are problems, but it's just so hard to watch. You think, we finally got into Europe. Now is... Oh, man. I feel for Ange. I do. I feel for him as a human being, but I feel more for myself that I want to see us winning.
Never mind, Ange. Never mind, Forrest. The first question we should really ask is, how are you? Because a couple of years ago, diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer.
Yeah, that was tricky. And I think in that...
Tricky.
Don't worry about me, mate. Don't worry about me, mate. I've had cancer, mate. I've been through worse than this, mate. Don't you worry about me. But it was a shock. And obviously your first priority, the first question I asked was, is this going to shorten my life? Am I going to die? So when you don't, then obviously it's a huge relief. And I mean, I had the base of my spine removed and I can walk. It's a sort of, was on sticks for the first year or so. But I think it's miraculous what surgery can do. They got all the cancer out. I've got to live with a stoma and I have to self-catheterise, and I'm dealing with erectile dysfunction as a result of it. But these are all great areas for comedy, really.
I love the way you see the positives in this.
You've got to, haven't you? As a comedian, you have to find the
there you are. That's the question I was going to ask you. Did your profession as a comedian help you through that?
I think definitely. And I think also... my wife was phenomenal. Yeah. So my positivity relies on the excellent care that I had at a phenomenal hospital, the Royal National Orthopaedic up in Stanmore, and the people around me. But yeah, I think as a comedian, if you're one, I think if you've got a platform to tell jokes about stuff, that's a real privilege. And then there are, I mean, even just with the colostomy bag and stuff, I was 40 when I was diagnosed. I just thought, oh my God, this is like my life is over. How am I going to go to football matches with a colostomy bag? But now that I don't poo the old way, I've got a lot more spare time. Although I am reading less.
Oh, man. But look, I mean, you are embarking on this mega tour, aren't you? It goes on for months.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be so difficult to cope with the stresses of that as well, isn't it?
You can tell you've had an hour from me, Malawi, can you?
Yeah. He'll be gone for the next hour now.
It's great fun. I love being on the road, and it's so cool going to like different parts of the UK and meeting different people, and it's just being a comedian is a really great life.
Yeah.
So I love all that. I don't find it too stressful,
Right.
and my stuff, it's a mixture of stuff about my body and the changes to it, and stuff about poo and pee and erections and whatnot. But also, I do.
It's right about street. Isn't
Exactly.
It? It's right about street.
Well, this is it. A lot of the fellas who come see me are kind of,
Jeff and I.
the prostate community, should we put it that way? It's often not men my age that have to deal with this stuff, but, it can be... I think it's cathartic for people to see people talk about stress they've been through and find light in it.
Yeah.
And then I do Donald Trump impressions and
I was
stuff.
going to say, your sort of political satire. I mean, at the moment, your opportunities are vast, aren't they?
I want to pay tribute to both of you. You're great people. Steph Belling and Andy McCoist. Great people. And you know what, Andy? You're the best strikers Celtic ever had. And I know you're a big Catholic. It's so good. We should go to Mass together. I know that you love to go to Catholic church down there in Wales where you're from. It's a beautiful accent you got, by the way. And this is the best... I got to say, this is the best breakfast show probably there's ever been.
Brilliant.
Mate.
Fantastic.
Good on you, mate.
Well, so look, it's the stand-up show, Defying Calamity. Is that named because of what's happened to you in the past couple of years, or?
Yeah, that and I guess politically, whatever side you're on, it's not been a great few years, really. Yeah. So locally, nationally, or globally, so it's a mixture of all those things about whether it's politics or my life or football, finding laughter in, difficult
just
times.
getting back to the tour. I mean, I know we're running out of short of time. Getting back to the tour, when you go in, but you must be physically and mentally in a good place to go on the tour.
Oh yeah, I mean certainly. When I first came back, I was still on walking sticks on stage, and that was quite exhausting. So I was still recovering from major spinal surgery. But I think, you know what, in life sometimes you can think, I'll give myself a bit more time off. You're never going to be fully ready to go back, because there'll always be maybe a psychological barrier. You think, well, I've not done it for a while. I think as soon as you can physically get back, in a way, not push yourself too early. You've got to allow yourself to heal. But the only way to fully get over stuff is to kind of chuck yourself in. And I think there was a big life lesson in that for me sometimes, is that it's very easy to say, the easy thing is to stay at home. I'd rather get back out there, challenge myself a bit and, talk about poo.
Brilliant. When does it start, Matt?
Starts in January, goes through till June, and mattforde.com for all your tickets.
Love it. Hey, mate, inspirational. Fantastic.
Oh, it's been a privilege.
Magic, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers, fellas.
Very best of luck with
Brilliant. You heard it. Matt Forde's Defying Calamity tour gets underway in January. Do not miss it. Matt, thanks very much indeed.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.